you can just...
Hi everybody, thanks again for joining me. We're going to work on a forehand slice. It's highly underutilized. Even the backhand slice, people don't use that much. They're not taught much in the juniors how to hit a slice. The value of a slice is A, to get you out of trouble. I call it, aggressive defense. What does that mean? It means your defense should never let you get in trouble or let your opponent take the offense. So your defense has to be good enough such that they can't take the offense. So off the backhand slice, I did that in another video. We're going to work the forehand slice. In other videos, I worked on the chop shot. That's another type of defense to get out of trouble. Okay, well, we're just going to work on the forehand slice with the continental grip. Utilizing it to change pace. Sometimes your opponent doesn't have a good shot when they're down low. They've got an extreme grip and they can't get to low balls, or their backhand face is closed, so they're going to have a hard time getting a low ball. It's a great time to hit a slice. So hitting a forehand slice or a backhand slice is valuable at times. You just don't want to overuse it because you want to be on the offense most of the time, driving the ball on the rise, taking time away from your opponent and hitting your targets. By the way, my podcast with Craig O'Shaughnessy you'll enjoy. He is the brains behind Brain Game Tennis, and also Djokovic's strategy coach, and he does a lot of analysts for the ATP. We have a great discussion on the podcast in terms of using patterns, and your slice can be part of that. Okay, but let's get to the mechanics of it. And by the way, instead of using this basket, most pros and coaches use something like this, and they're great for certain things when you need a lot of volume. But because I'm moving around a little bit, I have Robin Soderling's back sack here, and it's a great device. You can play points with it. That's what I like doing because I like being active all the time. And then we're going to work through the forehand slice. So for the forehand slice, continental grip, which the way I distinguish it, a lot of times people use other references, but I mention it where the webbing is of your hand is over the top pallet or the top part of the frame, the grip. The thumb is on the left side or the inside, and your index knuckle is on the outside. So it's like a hammer grip. Literally, a lot of people haven't even used the hammer. So I say, well, if you were to smash a bug on a wall, you need to do something like that for the kids, or if you needed to pound something, that's what that grip is. And you spread the fingers out a little bit. Okay, not too much. You don't want to have a club, nor do you want it spread out too much. Just somewhere comfortable in between with a nice, easy grip. We don't want the grip too tight. Okay. So if you notice again, I have this bag that I'm using from Robin Soderling. It's great for active play. So I think I mentioned that in the prior segment. But bottom line is, when you're hitting a slice, we want to make sure the face is laying back, slightly open. Okay, wrist is slightly back, just like on a volley. And we'll go in slice approaches and different types of approaches as well. I'm just working from the baseline here. So we're taking the racket back, and the key here is I want you hitting through the ball and staying on plane. We want as direct plane as possible. A lot of people come from the outside in, and they've got a lot of spin, but they can't control the ball. It's moving around too much. I want you to be able to work on a nice linear slice. Okay, and I play a lot of slice games to develop the slices, and that'll be on some other videos, actually some drills and games using a slice. But what I want to do is take this back and relax your grip and your swing, and you want to come straight through the ball. As much as you can, stay on side. So now I'll give you an example of how that's done. So let's say I drop a ball on the line, have my racket set, and this is what I do with students, and I want to go through the ball and stay as close as I can, just like putting almost. Okay, you want that accuracy straight ahead. So if I drop the ball on the line, have my racket face here, and I swing along the line, then my shot, that went on the line. So it's going to go from line to line if you have an accurate swing plane. If you're coming off, it's going to go to the left, or if the face is open like this, it might go to the right. Okay? So the idea is we want to be straight through the swing plane. And you can have them work on that. You can, as the coach, you can drop the ball there, have them come to the ball, and then stay on line as long as they can to try and get an accurate shot. So again, on the slice, the face is slightly open. Wrist laid back, coming through, contact point out here, not necessarily back here, okay? But right out here, we don't want to be too far either, because then we end up breaking the wrist to get there, and that's not good. So we want to have a good, nice contact point somewhere near the outside of this knee. Depends on our position. So if we're in here or here, that's where we want to be. And then we can stay on side and swing through that for a more accurate slice. So as I was mentioning before, in terms of dropping the ball and swinging down the swing plane, I want to be like this as long as possible. So start the racket here, drop there, and swing through the swing plane. So that's the idea. If we go through the swing plane enough, that ball stays straight. If we come off the swing plane, we come across the ball, then we end up pulling the ball to the left. Or if the face is open, it might even curve to the right. But the goal is to keep that face slightly open. It comes down slightly open at impact, and then stay on line as long as you can. So if I'm running, then I'm going to be coming into the picture, and then I want to try and stay. See how the ball curved out there? Normally, if I'm this close to the line, you're not going to go for the line, but I'm trying to get it as straight as possible for demonstration purposes. But notice that was slightly like that. The ball's going to curve to the left. So if we can swing through the plane a little better, we're going to be straighter through the ball, like that one. Okay? Thanks. Hope that helps. Bye.